Welcome to our awareness video. Today we have Doug Sheaffer with us, who is a fellow survivor. As you may know from prior videos, I myself am a just about 10-year survivor of pancreatic cancer, and I'm blessed to be joined by another one. Doug, thank you for joining us. And in keeping with the theme that we are providing for the month, being for what are you grateful and how are you paying it forward?
So, as you mentioned, I'm survivor for almost 3 years. And with that, when you first get diagnosed and told not to look at Dr. Google, but you do, and you really are not feeling really good about yourself. So, had a good outcome and thankful for being able to spend time with my family during this time, able to travel. And from paying it forward standpoint, I've been doing various volunteer work with pancreatic cancer, with advocacy on the Survivor Network. And I just started a clinical trial down at John Hopkins. And it looks pretty exciting. It's on immunotherapy. And I'm hopeful that the outcome will be good for me, but also to help other pancreatic care patients to improve their life and their outcome.
That's absolutely wonderful. So tell us a little bit about your journey and tell us about a mantra that you have for your life.
I live in York, Pennsylvania, which is really conveniently located, like an hour away from Baltimore, hour and a half from Philly. So it's centrally located to a lot of other medical options. So I feel very fortunate that in my journey, I was close enough to John Hopkins to get some other opinions, which we'll go into later. But it was diagnosed in January of 2019. Had just a ton of ups and downs through your diagnosis and through your treatments. First diagnosed and had a procedure in the hospital. It was in intensive care and feeling a little down. And the one nurse said, do you want to talk to somebody that had pancreatic cancer? I said, sure. And a couple minutes later, this young girl walked in, sort of walked by my bed and passed me and walked by again. Then she finally came back and says, do you want to know, about my pancreatic cancer? I looked at her like, really, that young? So she started into her story. She was in a traffic accident. Her car got T-boned and she was brought in the hospital and she had a spleen that needed repaired. And when they were in there, they found that she had pancreatic cancer, did emergency surgery, did a Whipple surgery. And she was 25 when she had that. 32 years of age, twins, marriage, has a happy life. So that little story there just really gave me hope that there's a future. So my mantra, I guess, would be to spread the word and let every other person out there that has pancreatic cancer understand there's light out there.
That's really great. It is so encouraging. Tell us a little bit about every once in a while, there are symptoms that drive us to the doctor. And tell us about your symptoms that led you to get medical professional help.
Don't want to be graphic, but I had a lot of loose stools. I was experiencing weight loss, but hey, this is great. I'm losing weight, and I'm feeling good. So didn't really think anything about that. And like some wine, that sort of thing. All of a sudden, wine didn't taste good. And so that went on about 3-4 months. And then I started to have jaundice, went in and they did a CAT scan and then they found the pancreatic cancer. And that's sort of how it started. But that really took like 4 months for that all to evolve. So I guess I was very fortunate that hearing from other survivors, their symptoms came on, rather quickly, and I had time.
Right, right. So when you were diagnosed, were you in a later stage?
It was stage 2. It was according to the local surgeon I was using in York. It was very close to the portal vein, looking to get some treatment with the oncologist through drugs. And then if he couldn't get away from the portal vein, he was going to ship me out to a friend of his out in Wisconsin from Pennsylvania.
One of the things that I think is very important, and I think you alluded to this, is getting a second opinion. Is that something that you did when you underwent this?
I did. The oncologist and the surgeon were communicating. They weren't getting the shrinkage they think they needed for the tumor to get the Whipple surgery. And then the oncologist said, "Well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen for you, Doug. I'm going to put you in palliative care." And it's like, I really wanted to do the surgery locally. But when that came up, it was a red flag, like, okay, we got to go to plan B. And that's when I was told prior about John Hopkins, what a terrific facility you have down there, and made the call and got a surgeon. And it was interesting. Again, second opinions at John Hopkins, just as a lot of other state of the art medical places like in Philadelphia, New York. Uh, their equipment's a little more defined, a little more definitive. And the surgeon there said, if I would have came in there when I was first diagnosed, you could have did the Whipple surgery then. So I encourage everybody to get, second, even a third opinion. There's a lot of options. It's really an exciting time. It's not an exciting time to have pancreatic cancer. Don't get me wrong there, but it's really an exciting time if you have it for all the things that are happening in the industry and all the treatments that are becoming available.
Absolutely. How do you find PanCan, using them for resources and how they've helped you and how you are using that as a platform to help others?
So I'm in the survivor network where I'll get calls from people that have been just diagnosed or have similar symptoms to me with pancreatic cancer. So I'm able to talk to them. And PanCan has that network to put them in touch with people like me that have those similarities. So that's really helpful and very reassuring for those folks that I talk to. I never really knew as far as the advocacy, what that really meant for pancreatic cancer and PanCan. But after being engaged with that committee, understanding how the money flows from Congress and where the budgets are, it has a tremendous impact for getting money for pancreatic cancer research and cures. So that was really an eye opener for me. So that's something I learned. It's really beneficial to all of us.
I totally agree. It is amazing what getting a great coalition together can do to really raise a lot of funds for a cancer that, is still so largely difficult to treat. More funds we get, the better off we are. But yes, advocacy is huge. It's huge. So what advice do you have, Doug, for people who may be feeling symptomatic, like you did, or undergoing pancreatic cancer treatment right now?
Um, it's pretty darn easy to feel sorry for yourself. That just takes a nanosecond. It's really, really hard to keep that positive attitude going. But that's the main thing, having a positive attitude. I, I don't know, that's almost like 50 to 80% of your healing, I feel. So keep it positive. Ask a lot of questions. Don't accept if you get an answer you don't like. Keep asking questions. If they're not answering the way you think they should, seek that second, third opinion. Yeah, I was put in palliative care twice, um, and kept asking questions, and kept finding another door opening. So there's, again, with the exciting time in pancreatic cancer, cures and things just to help move you along. Just keep asking. Every time I had one of those palliative cares, I kept reaching out for options, and each time, we found something, my wife and I, that we both agreed to move forward with. So again, just be positive and keep asking questions.
Now you found yourself in a great immunotherapy trial, which is awesome, at Johns Hopkins,
Correct.
and have to be your own advocate. You absolutely do. And that's what propels you forward. That and a great attitude, which you have.
Like a few of you, like I do, yes.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, and best of luck to everybody out there.